We are not the future, we are the present. This is the tagline by one of the most interesting and fascinating organizations in the Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho, in the district of Lesotho, well, the district of Mafeteng rather, Hands of Life. So I have the privilege of speaking to the founder, Tshepo, who's going to share everything that we need to know about the initiative, the work he's doing, and most importantly, how you can help him achieve his fundraising goals to make his way to Nairobi, Kenya. Tshepo,
Sure.
how's it?
No, like emoji,
Emoji, hey, you're chilled, relaxed, looking good, looking happy. We are dressed in our nice cycling gear.
Yeah.
All right. So just to kickstart the conversation today, for people who don't know you, tell us a bit about who Tshepo is and what's your story.
Okay, I am a young person who is coming from Mafeteng.
I'm also from Mafeteng, by the way. But when I talk about Mafeteng, they like, why am I Mafeteng? And I'm like, no, guys, I'm actually from, we call it the Kingdom of Mafeteng as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very outstanding.
Very outstanding.
Yeah.
With amazing people.
Very big events as well.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Mafeteng. From a young age. I liked cycling, and I'm about when you have to kind of talk about me, it's a collective. Okay. So I'm not alone.
Sure, please let us know.
I am. I can talk about education. I studied in Lesotho and South Africa. I gained skills in 8 languages.
8 languages?
Sure,
okay.
So, because my dad was working in the mines in South Africa, so I went with him there, and this is where I picked the languages.
Okay.
During playtime and in the after school and on holidays. So, I came to do high school in Free State, and then that's why I also added more languages. And now I am working with young people with a purpose to elevate ourselves together. So in many ways, either in vocational training such as learning leadership, coaching about HIV prevention, messaging. So when you really have to explain me, you would have to bring all concepts, all aspects of what I did, because if I am having to kind of talk about me as an individual, I'm a human being who's selfless, who's willing to contribute in this society. I have no title.
Contribute.
Sure. These things, I have no title. I'm just Tshepo Nkhabu, and I also know it's a name I'm given. I'm just human.
So do you believe that your name also carries a meaning, Tshepo, hope? Do you believe that Tshepo, or you are living out the intended purpose of what your name actually means?
Well, yeah, it has a purpose because it's a meaning.
Yeah.
You know, it is something that on its own is an active maybe I would call it maybe I don't have the right explanation for now, but it's something on its own. It means to hope, you know. So it means to count on. So you know, to expect something. So I think my parents, when they gave me that name, they had an expectation that their desires would be fulfilled by this being that they apply this meaningful name to.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So I'm a big fan of the work that you do, your social media pages, Tshepo Cycles, and I see all the initiatives that you're doing, right? So maybe talk us a bit about what the Hands of Life does and how it came about, and also how your love for cycling came to be, and how you're using cycling through the Hands of Life community hub that you've built in Mafeteng.
Oh, so you bring me back. You don't want me to kind of, keep making new stories.
Sure, you can make, but for us to appreciate the new stories, we need to know where you come from and how you got there. Yeah.
All right. So in 2012, my family had financial challenges. They couldn't take me to complete classes. So I took that as a way to start something. So the motivation, the inspiration of parents not being able to do something inspired me to start something. So something wasn't able to happen. Then out of that inability, I started something. Then it was called Tusanang in the first place. Then later on, because we registered Hands of Life in the United States now, so it's called Hands of Life. This is also because, like I said, I didn't have the finances to go to school. I went to many radios in the country, especially those with magnitude of listeners, but it didn't work out. So I thought, this means I'm not alone.
Sure.
I can do something that will not only help me alone, but that will also bring other people into opportunities. So then I organized registrations to start Hands of Life Cycling, and later on we started receiving grants, such as grants from the U.S. Embassy, the United Nations Development Program, produce stories with CNN. So we were able to, through Hands of Life, respond to my challenge alone and also include other people's challenges. So the center works as a space where young people can go after school and on holidays to discuss solutions and to pave their future.
Sure. So talking about Hands of Life being registered in the US, right? You and I are both alumni of the Mandela Washington Fellowship, right? How was that experience for you, and why is it important for Basotho youth to also look at such opportunities? What did it do for you, Tshepo?
Okay, I will be very, very honest with this.
Please.
And I'll just say something I think, very interesting. I think it's interesting because it worked for me,
Sure.
Not that what I'm bringing here is going to be interesting. If people find it that way, I'm just a story in the universe.
Sure.
So, I think when we focus on getting support, we often look at things that we know, things that we're familiar to, such as our governments, our neighborhoods, our local businesses. However, in my view, a government is an entity that is delivering services, hailing from anywhere.
Yeah.
So I registered Hands of Life in the United States because working with the U.S. government has results. So now that says, this is so that we can coordinate funding from the United States to Lesotho. So people can donate and they tax exempt through that.
Yeah.
And then the donations that we collect in the US can help us, make things happen. And not only that, our support can come from anywhere.
Sure.
It comes from the supreme being. I know you'd call it God. So God is everywhere.
God is everywhere.
So this is why we have support from overseas, because we don't look or we don't have a picture or a standard formula of where our support will come from. It will come from anywhere. It comes with intention to build, and it can come from anyone. And when we mean we are universal as Hands of Life, we mean we expect support from different sources. From the sun, we know that the sun is good for the body. The plants help us grow. The water we drink is so anything that is in the universe, we make use of it. So we get our aid from anywhere.
Talking about aid that you get from anywhere, you're also one of the directors here, Lesotho Summit, Lesotho Youth Summit, rather.
Sure.
And you mentioned that you are very passionate about working with the youth and helping the youth become better beings. So talk us maybe through some of the work that the Lesotho Youth Summit does and what it's about for people who do not know.
Well, I've seen the world and things. I've traveled.
Oh, I love it.
So, well, the other day I was in what's this place? I was in Ghana. I think it's 2021. So I was able to raise a funding to go to Youth Connekt, and when I arrived there at the entrance, actually there were so many name tags. You have to pick your tag.
Sure.
So I picked my tag, and there were many other Basotho tags.
Wow.
So I was like, did I come alone here? And then I realized that many people wanted to participate in this summit, but they could not. I was privileged because I had friends who would donate for my trip. So then that was inspiration and said to me, we shouldn't, this beauty that you are seeing here, you can create it in your own country. And then I asked myself, can I make a summit? Can I bring investors? Can I bring global speakers to come and speak? Can this arrangement happen? Then I said, it's either by me or no one. So I'm going to make a summit. So it took many years planning the summit, and it came out successful. So the purpose of the summit is to link young people with opportunities, connect them to each other, expose them to global opportunities, because we want to promote our citizens to be global.
Absolutely.
So that we don't see one picture every day. A development is happening. We don't know the growth that is happening out. So the summit is going to happen every year. It's going to go across all 10 districts of Lesotho. Eventually it will be SADC Youth Summit. We want to make Africa Youth Summit, because there are so many large summits happening. We will then go for World Youth Summit.
Wow.
So, and then eventually we'll have Universal Summit, because the idea behind the summit is not only to bring speakers of similar topics. We want an astronaut to come and tell us how it looks like in the moon. We want surfers to come and tell us things in the ocean. So we want different types of people, dynamics to happen in the summit. So we have really, even if we are done, we want to explore what is out, is there existence out of the universe. So the summit is reaching greater heights always.
Wow, dude. Talk about trailblazer, talking about fundraising that you mentioned earlier on. You were in Ghana, so you are planning a trip to Kenya now, and you are fundraising up to $2,000. So when people are watching this particular episode and they are interested in how they can help and get involved, maybe talk us. You've already mentioned what the summit is like from a Lesotho point of view, but when you are going into in Kenya, you'll be in Kenya in December, right?
Yeah.
So people who are curious to find out what it's about and how they can involve and how they can support the initiative, maybe talk us through that.
All right.
I see you smiling.
Of course, because it is, opportunities should come to the exposure of young people.
Absolutely.
So going to Kenya is a way that indicates connected young people. I'm going to Kenya to represent my community because I want my community to know the developments that the world is preparing for the world youth. So going to Kenya is an opportunity for me to bring connections for my community and to kind of elevate because the idea is not only to go and learn, it's also to go and share.
Go and share.
Yeah.
Go and share.
We have solutions as a country. We have skills. We are educated. We have things that we tried here and worked out. Other worlds want to know what we did and our successes. So I'm going to share the successes of Lesotho. I'm going to sell this country, talk about its tourism, talk about its agriculture, talk about its sport. So everything that is in this country, we want to get it known out there. And we're also bringing friendships. So we're going to bring networks. We're going to bring funding resources to in other words, in terms of information to our community.
Wow. So earlier on you mentioned, thank you, that is brilliant. I love it when Basotho also exports our Basotho-ness to the rest of the world. Because oftentimes we feel like the rest of the world has solutions, but we as a country, we as Basotho youth actually have amazing, innovative innovative solutions that we can share. So earlier on, you mentioned that while growing up, your parents had a bit of financial issues and therefore you could not go to school. How would you describe your current relationship with your money? Or what does money mean to you, Tshepo?
Well, I know systematically there are terms, there are academic terms
Sure.
referring to money.
Yeah.
You know, I know the short term would be it's a medium of exchange.
Sure.
You know. In my view, it's an idea because, well, I think it there's money involved already, right?
Yeah.
Because we were using this time, and you arranged to you went into expenses to
Sure.
arrange this
Sure.
interview. So money, it's a way that you. I don't want to make it. I don't know. This is my view anyway. I know people kind of okay. In many,
Your view is fine.
Yeah. Okay. In my view, it is something that is an idea that from long ago. There was barter system.
Sure.
It's just a valuable exchange, an exchange in a value. So it doesn't really amount to me as something that I should be bowing to.
Yeah. So it doesn't control you.
I need to kind of appreciate the idea of the money, so that many people always say, Tshepo, you don't just loosely give out money. Like, this is why I always have it, So I give it on purpose. So it is something that really, if it is used well, equally, for a purpose of maybe improving economy in inclusive way, it can benefit the society. Then maybe if it's used the capital way or the capitalist way, those terms.
Yeah.
You are very familiar with mine. So when I see it, really for me, it's something. Can I make use? Because it can work in many ways.
Yeah.
You can use it to invest. You can just take it into a vacation. Use it one time, or you can use it as a maybe service. Maybe you kind of buy goods or sell goods, get more returns. So whichever way but on its own, it cannot multiply.
Sure.
Or it cannot depreciate. It depends what you use,
what you
do with it. It always attains value as to where you put it.
I absolutely love that. So in terms of where we put this money, for me, I need people to donate 2,000 USD for your trip to Nairobi. Isn't it? Well, let me say Kenya.
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
Nairobi, Kenya.
It's happening there.
There's something about Nairobi that just fascinates me. I've never been, but I'm planning a trip there. So how do people donate? Because I want my community of trailblazers to put the money where the mouth is and to actually support your initiative. So how do people actually donate towards your cause, and how do they support this amazing initiative that you are embarking on?
Oh, thank you. This is one of the advantages of being globalized. We have PayPal. People can donate on my PayPal. I know you'll share the email down there. We also have a bank, so people can use our bank. I think the details will be here on the video. So we also can be contacted through this stream. People can contact you, and they can go to our website. We have Lesotho Youth Summit. It has the donation button, and also the Hands of Life button, the Hands of Life website.
Yeah.
I can always share the contacts. My name is Tshepo Nkhabu on Facebook, and I'm also generally on Google. You look for me or Tshepo Nkhabu.
You're Googleable.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I think thank you so much. Obviously, we will link all that detail in the description box below of the video. So for closing remarks, for a young person who's watching this, who's thinking, how do I start cycling? Or where do I find the motivation to keep going, to do something? What are your closing remarks?
Well, since I'm a leader, or since I have interest in leadership, I would say, I think often people like to do things that they love or things that they like. I would say do things that are available. Do things that are not driven by your interest as a person, passion as a person, but things that are really available. And when things are available, often it's not things you get to choose. It's what is right.
Yeah.
It's what is necessary at the time. For instance, you like playing soccer, right? And there's education also. So I'm making this example so that person would know it's not wrong to play soccer. Is it a right thing to do at this time? If you have exams coming tomorrow, you then go for education. Sure. Let's do these things for other people as well, because what we do for others remains and is immortal. What we do for ourselves dies with us.
Sure.
So to all young people, I would say, whatever that you want to quit on, that was something that would happen. The fact that you applied energy to quit, you were quitting on something. You cannot quit on something that doesn't exist.
Sure.
Things that we fear are the things that will work. So let's go beyond fear.
Sure. Thank you very much, Tshepo. Things that we fear are things that would work. You've been watching another video on Money Adventures with TK, where we talk about finances, well-being, and most importantly, how to build wealth. I've been chatting to Tshepo, who is off to Nairobi, Kenya, and he needs your support. 2,000 USD to support his course, to cover transport, accommodation, and all that jazz. So please, I will leave a comment below and let us know what you think about this interview. If you're willing to support as well, I will link all the detail in the video description below. And of course, remember the 3 rules. Give this video a thumbs up, drop your comment below and engage with us and let us know what you think. Drop your questions or comments, and of course, share this video with as many people as possible so that we can grow our community of trailblazers. I don't know about you, from the people, from Mafeteng, Tshepo is a trailblazer in the true sense. I'm a trailblazer in the true sense. So to my Mafeteng community, shout out to you, and a big shout out to our creative team behind the camera, Titan Lens, always showing up and delivering quality content. I will see y'all in the next video. And again, I need to get back to my cycling because I have not been consistent in that regard. So cheers, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.